And all right, I'm gonna make this short and sweet. We don't like being assholes. No admin abuse. No nothing. Um, but we have rules for a reason, and I understand everybody has their own opinion. That's all. That's fine. Well, I got my own opinion. But when we ask you, just like in real life, at your job and stuff, when somebody asks you nicely, don't be doing that and don't make remarks, because it's not so much as it's not so much as the remarks being made, you know, affect any damage on us whatsoever. But it starts, as you can see, it starts a big shitstorm in the side chat, and then it keeps on, and then it leads to this. And that's not us just trying to show power or whatnot. We just ask nicely. That's enough inside chat with it. There's no admin abuse. Um, and then Abyss want to make some comments again after we already asked nicely. Just let's cut it out, have fun.
Okay. Well, the one guy that I made a comment to wasn't modded. He didn't have a thing in front of his name, so I thought he was somebody in the game. And the comment that I made wasn't inflammatory. I said, anybody wants to come to our base and try and attack us, they're more than welcome to do it. And I got told, don't incite people to break the server rules. How is that against server rules? You build a base, you expect people to attack you at your base. That's the point of building a base.
Hold on, I'll show you how you put it, because you said camp.
That's
to
fine.
Camp our base.
We've been getting camped for the last 2.5 days by the same group of people who broke in, blew up all our striders, and then sit outside on the hill and camp
here's the thing
us.
with the camping. We don't have an issue with the camping if you're outside the base and everything, camping it from outside. That's not where we take an issue. We take an issue whenever if you've gotten inside the base and you're raiding the base and everything. Okay, it's raid the base and move on. Not raid the base and then camp in somebody's base.
Well, we weren't even there for fucking 10 minutes waiting for our heli evac.
Yeah. We had attacked their base about 10 minutes before the server restarted. We sat down, we started picking up their loot and everything that we could get our hands on. We had a heli in the area who was going to pick up some charges for us so that we could blow up their vehicles. While we were sitting there waiting for the heli to come back, they kept coming back. I can't help that they're not armed when they come back. I can't force them to go pick up loot and attack us properly. The one of them did, Reaper did, on the second restart right before we got told to get out of there. He was the only one that picked up a gun. I'm not going to let them come back to their base so that they can get guns and then shoot us in their base so that we lose everything we just worked for. I'm going to defend my position until I can get out of there.
Hey, that's perfectly fine. And I totally agree with you. That's not the issue we're having. The issue we had, not being a dick, not being rude, just, gamer.
It was Mimo, Banning. It was definitely Mimo.
All right. He's not in here.
It's still popped up though just now.
He changed his name. Copy his name to the GUID. Hurry up and put the motherfucker in the list.
I got his GUID.
Because he's testing shit out.
Copy.
Mimo, yeah, he's not. See him, he changed his name. Miller, look too, just in case I'm overlooking.
Yeah, I'm already looking.
Alright, tell me who this bans. I'm gonna tell you when I click it.
Yeah, go for it.
Ain't there now.
Just saved it.
Alright, fuck off with your task succeeded crap.
Got him?
Yeah.
Yep. I think we're fucking stupid. But anyways, look, he's y'all gonna get him banned. Have fun. It wasn't so much as you doing that. That's perfectly fine. If somebody's coming back, you're raiding the base. Yeah, if they get to the base, they're gonna pick up a gun and possibly can kill all of y'all. And all that time wasted killing them, getting their loot, you just lost everything. Yes, totally agree with you on that. That's no issue. But the issue really got down to just pretty much, just being, smart ass to a point. That's all. But
that's what I mean. We don't get an opportunity to defend ourselves. We're told by a mod in direct chat to get out of there, and that's the end of it. We don't get a chance to say, well, this is what we're doing. We're just told to move, and if we don't, then we're
the reason I told you guys
smart
to move
asses.
was because I had messaged Hawkeyes and told them what you were doing, and he said no, they have to leave. So that is why I said to move.
Well,
and here's
how
the
do we
thing.
do it on
Whenever,
the Epoch server?
The
say,
Epoch was no raiding before, within the 30-minute raid, or no raiding within the last 30 minutes of a restart.
But there had been the issues about the server crashing and crap like that and everything, and we understand that situation. But the thing is, once you're inside there, don't hang around there as long as possible. Hang around there as short as possible. Loot the base. Get your stuff. Yes, I know you have to protect yourself while you're there. But don't stay there for forever and ever and ever. I know y'all say you was there for 10 minutes, but
if you loot
the base, get your stuff and go.
Shut up. If you're looting the base, that's perfectly fine. If you're still looting, like he's saying, if you're looting the base, getting the stuff, putting it in, and all that stuff, that's perfectly fine. If they come back and you shoot them while you're looting, that's perfectly fine. What we don't want to see is you've looted the base, you got everything in there, but you're staying in their base. Every time they come back to it, you just keep killing them. That's kind of what we're looking out for, which I totally agree. If you're in there and you're looting and you're grabbing everything and get what you can, and they keep coming back as you're looting and you're killing them, that's fine. But don't just sit there once you get everything and stay there camping. That's all we're saying.
No, and I understand that, but that's not what happened. We had, like I said, from the time we landed, from the time we left, totaled approximately about 10 minutes. And, we're not given an opportunity to explain ourselves. We're just, it's almost like we're getting treated like kids, and we're not. We're here for PvP. We're here to fight people. That's why we built our base where we built our base, despite what everyone else says. We're not killing Bambis. We're not trying to kill people exactly the second they leave that camp. We're trying to incite PvP. And to clarify my comment, when I said to come camp our base, I didn't say to camp inside our base. I meant come and camp our base from outside and fight us. That's what we want. We want to fight people. That's what we feel like the point of this game is. It's to build a base, gear up, and shoot people.
And then fucking defend that shit.
I mean, I said it to my group. I said, what's the point of having a base and not having your base attacked? Why build it then? Who cares?
Yeah, and which I totally agree. Hold on, let me move away from the spawn zone so I can hear you talk.
I was hearing that guy yelling at the guy in the car too.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's the thing. If you got an issue or you have a question or you feel as though hey, well, what are you talking about? All right, well, come to TeamSpeak. It's a lot easier to throw it out on the table, see what the fuck's going on, And if I'm being a dick, you can come to me and say, dude, why are you being a dick? What do what the fuck, bro? And I'll sit back and see what I said. And maybe I, was a heat of the moment, and I went overboard, which I hardly ever do. But if you got any issues or whatnot, just come to the server and TeamSpeak, because instead of typing and all that bullshit that was going on, it's a lot easier if you just come to us and see what's up, and we can actually figure out what the hell what you actually were doing. Maybe Miller was trying to tell you something, which he went to Hawk. Totally agree. He was just following orders, which is cool. But then there was also your part of not understanding a little bit, and us not knowing what the hell you were doing. That's all we were saying. It more boiled down to, it seems as though you're being, disrespectful and rude. That's all. I mean, we really don't want to put up with that on here, and that's why both servers that I run, with our admins are in the top 30. You know, Epoch was Epoch was number 1 for a long time. You know, until Exile came out. You know, now Exile's starting to climb back up in the ranks. You know, so I mean, we run a tight ship, but we're also fair. We're not assholes.
I'm ready to talk when I was waiting for my turn.
Go ahead, Scanner.
Yeah, I'm lighter in there. I was I figured we were done. I was just gonna exit the server basically and get banned. The only reason I'm here is because I wasn't banned. So I figure I'll give you a chance because that might sound condescending, but I do not want to spend lots of time in TS with admins, generally speaking, because I think that I've been in a lot of servers where there's guys on TeamSpeak with the admins nonstop, and they're in their pocket or whatever. Don't want to be that guy. And when we're owning people on the map, I don't want to be giving them one more piece of thing to bitch about that we're the admin's buddies or whatever. So
nope,
talking to the admin
no
is
admins buddies.
Right.
Put
Well,
it that way.
just don't want it to be part of, it's like well, and on that note, like speaking of because I'm going to talk a little bit about our perception of admin abuse. It's kind of a blanket term, but I can tell you personally 3 or 4 things minimum myself where I would be like, okay, that's just admin abuse, So I don't know whether it's your lieutenants doing stuff that you don't know about or what, but there's a lot of things going on that I'm like, what the heck are they doing? Like power tripping. And so I'm on the edge of like, okay, I just need to find another server. So if admins are like, you're on a fine line, this and that, how do you think that comes across to me when I'm like, you guys are being judged by the players too, even though I know you're handling all this shit at the same time. But at the same time, if you're like micromanaging everything and telling them I'm watching you and stuff like that, it's just ridiculous. So I would say the analogy would be like, news reporters who become like people who want to like make the news instead of report the news. And it's like your job's to report the news, not make the news. And that's what it seems like sometimes is the admins getting so involved. I say admins as in the whole broad group. I don't know if there's 5, 10 of you or whatever, but way too involved. Like for instance, flying around in attack helicopters that one of the buddies, he's like, I'm shooting at this helicopter, spent like 2 full mags on it, and then he realizes it's an admin helicopter. So not only is that just ridiculous that he's shooting up at the thing, but now there's 5 other people that could probably know exactly where he is. So that's an admin, influencing the game in an irresponsible way. And that's a small thing. That's not even a big thing, but that's just what I'm talking about. As far as the base goes, Abyss already kind of mentioned it, but I wanted to throw in my 2 cents because,
Hey, wake up.
Making this kind of point in chat, which that's another point, is I don't read but 1% of what goes on in the chat. But if people are saying, oh, they're Bambi slayers, this and that, and we know we're not, we're there to, you get shot at by guys in those green towers when you're trying to go by, we're like, okay, well, we're going to put a thing over here and we're going to kill those guys, And so we're in the middle of doing that. And we got that group that flies the Orca around, raping us and blowing up our stuff while we're trying to build the thing. And we're not crying about it. We didn't say one word. And we spent a half hour in the safe zone getting geared up, listening to their mouths run, not saying one word back, not typing, shit in chat. And, and then as soon as we fight, like, okay, we're going to show you what we've got. From the first minute, the whole server's in an uproar. Oh, these guys deserve it, whatever. So our perception is bunch of babies, and the admins are going to watch every little thing we do and scrutinize it, But I do want to, if there's a chance that the admins are reasonable, I guess put it out there just one time to say, on the record, we're not here to kill Bambis. I mean, of course, you're going to kill one every now and then because they're going to run at you and try and get you to kill them, and you're going to be wrong on the time limit or whatever. But yeah, so for the record, that's not what we're there to do. And I think some people just found that out today. And
yeah, and that's the thing, as you can see, nobody is sit here. And I'll be honest with you, we don't sit here and pick players out or, oh, they keep doing this. Let's watch them and wait for them to mess up one little thing or step on the wrong piece of grass or something like that. No. And that's the thing, you say you don't like coming in TeamSpeak or whatnot, but the reason the TeamSpeak's up for the server too is you had them guys being a bunch of dicks and trolling. Okay, cool. You come in here, you're not being a tattletale. You're coming in here saying, Viper, there's some guys in the fucking spawn, nonstop trolling, won't shut the fuck up because we murked their ass, and they're they're constantly talking shit right now, and pretty much being disrespectful. Okay, cool. I'll send one of the moderators over there. Tell them, stop trolling in the fucking safe zones. This ain't a babysitting club. Play the game, shut up, get your gear, and go out, have fun. There's their warning. Even though it's not said it's a warning, that moderator already knows. He's already went and talked to them because you came into TeamSpeak and let us know that bullshit was going on. Now, then they do it again. And then, they've already had their warning. It's not micromanaging, but it's making sure that every player on the server doesn't have to put up with bullshit, because bullshit comes a downfall, and with the downfall comes a server fall, and then bye-bye server, because admins aren't doing nothing. Now, we're not spectating you or anything like that, because if I was going to ban you already with all the remarks you made, I would have banned you already. But some of the things you said, you had a point. So that's why nothing was done. Because I see where you're coming from to a point also.
And I mean, if I can say anything, to be honest, with admins like Viper and Hawkeyes, they're not on exile 24/7 like the mods are, like I am, like Rush and stuff. And with them doing their thing, their scripting and stuff, I mean, we take care of everything else in game. We get the blunt end of the people that are pissed off at somebody, or somebody that Bambi slayed them, or somebody that killed them 200 meters out of the safe zone, somebody that's possibly glitching in. I mean, we're jumping back and forth to everybody. And if something doesn't go somebody's way, then of course we get the blunt end of it. I mean, El Jefe, I despise him more than anything. I mean, that's just how I am. I don't like the guy because he demands every little thing possible from us. He calls me over today and asks me to reimburse him for 2 Striders in a truck that he decided to park too closely to each other, and they blew up after the restart. And I said no. I mean, I just don't like the guy. And I'm not here to ban people, to like kick them off and stuff like that. I'm trying to keep the peace between everybody else so that people can actually play on the server. And with like your guys' remark of, well, we get camped 24/7. You guys are in a high loot area and right off the edge of Pyrgos base, shooting people that are walking out with a gun, and you think that you're not going to get camped. I mean, of course you're going to get camped. You're in the middle of the open. I would camp your base.
We want to get camped. We want to get camped.
But what I'm saying is you're justifying it as you being able to go and lay on top of somebody's base and shoot them as they come in. Granted, you're waiting on a ride or not. I mean, you're laying there shooting them as they're coming in. And they have no defense whatsoever. You guys have a defense if you're being camped because you have all your windows. You can just duck down, pop up somebody somewhere else in another window and shoot a person that's shooting at you if you know its position. Super easy for you guys to just farm people. And I have no problem with it. I'm just trying to follow the guidelines.
With those guys coming back, the bottom line with that is like he already explained, is we're not done yet. We'll be gone in a minute. We're not done yet. There was the server restart. They're close enough to Sophia that they're able to run there in a few minutes. They're going to be better expect a bullet in the head if they, when they get there, if it's been just a few minutes, and we would have loved to have had the satchels ahead of time, but we had to go and get them, and there was the restart. So I had to get them after the restart. And if anybody's got a problem with us blowing up their helicopter, our group,
no one's got a problem with you blowing up the helicopter. I was there for it.
Okay,
Yeah, that's part of the game.
And I'm not saying you do, but I'm just saying, like, in our group, amongst us, we're very reasonable even when it comes to that. And again, not that I feel like I should have to explain it, but the stuff that was happening on our base, they made sure to blow up everything they could. There's occasions we're going to do the same thing, and there's occasions we don't. Sometimes we just don't. This was one of those occasions we were going to, and we did it. And it took a few minutes, and they're right close to the spawn. They're not as close as our tower is, of course, but they're close. So they were getting there really fast, and we didn't have time to get out of there yet.
And I understand.
Yeah, that's understandable. I see where you're going with it. But if I could, actually, it should be. Hold on, we ain't even gotta do that. Hawk, I'm going in the dead.
And also,
Well, how many
no
are
one,
you undoing?
Let's see.
The lists are already in the notepad.
You just do regular one, the band text, or did you do the GUI?
I got the one out of the GUID.
Okay, so we don't need that one.
We don't mind you moving our base at all. The reason, the intention for that base is right up the alley of actually what you're interested in, and that is keeping the guys who are, being ridiculous, camping that area, keeping their heads down. They're going to be targets, and they're not going to be able to wipe out people easily because we're going to be watching them. So
yeah, but I mean, I don't mind you guys doing that, but when it comes to people that are just running past your base, I mean, I watch you guys just pop people that are on the beach, on the coast, that are just running, trying to get away, and you guys are just shooting at them, lighting them up. I mean,
well,
if they're camping inside of Pyrgos and they're just shooting people that are walking in Pyrgos, then target them by all means and kill them, but not the people that are trying to get away from everything.
I hear what you're saying, but I guess everybody in our group would have their own specific opinion on that. But most of them would be that we can't understand why, if it's not a Bambi and it's somewhat like you can spawn in 10 different places on the map, and there's military places other than the Pyrgos military compound to get good stuff, and you go running by anyone's base, don't expect to not get shot at. So there's. I kind of see what you're saying there, but I guess we think that you're babysitting too much on the people shouldn't, should be left alone to go get their big guns and then run off, without getting shot.
I babysit more than anything on this server, and not for just you guys being shot. I mean, just for retarded people on this server that think that they can do whatever they want and glitch in and out of bases and stuff. I mean,
well, that falls into the doing whatever you want category. But,
well, I know,
but I think that shooting people, because some people don't like that your base is close to what? I mean, I don't even understand. Like any spawn, if you had your base near any one of, what are there, 7 or 8 spawns? Any one of them, if it's outside the legal radius, what's the problem? And is anyone anywhere else in the base going to say they're shooting at me when I run by their base? The only thing you can say about ours is, well, it's in a hot location. And we're kind of like, that's actually the idea. We want to be where people can't say we hide from a fight,
I mean, it's no secret that our base is there. People know, they see it. It's in the distance. If they're not expecting some type of combat, they think they're just going to run by on foot with a weapon, then flank around. Go around us if you have to.
Well, look, all y'all are unbanned. You should be. So if you get in and you're banned still, I guess y'all try to join back in if you would like, and see. I think I got all y'all unbanned. Just have fun and just I don't know, just have fun. We're not here to be an asshole.
And also, I apologize for anything or any way that I was treating you guys. I mean, there's very limited moderators on there at any one given time, and when it's only one of me going to trying to keep everybody from doing something, I mean, I try to talk to one group and then I'm getting the blunt end from them. I mean, I can't make everybody happy. We don't expect
you guys to make everybody happy, and we understand that.
Still banned.
But
Yeah, hey Viper, GUID list, the one that says bye to you too.
What I was gonna say is that we're not idiots. We're not stupid. We're here to play. We're here to have PvP. We're here to fight, guys.
Yeah.
All we expect is just to, if you had a problem, just say, listen, guys, you need to move on soon, and that's the end of it. We'd be like, all right, cool, we're out of here in 5 minutes. We're not. That's all it is. But when it's just leave, get out, then we kind of go, why? What are we doing? What's going on?
Yeah.
And that's when we push back. It's all it is. We don't expect anything other than to just be talked to like we're not stupid. That's it.
Yeah, if you want to get on my good side, don't call me Muffin anymore.
Sorry, it's like my trademark.
Where's it at, Hawk? What was it called?
I won't call you Muffin anymore, I swear.
Here, let me enter.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
I
I'm gonna start
apologize.
calling him Muffin all the time.
Yeah, you have no idea what you've done.
I literally like that is like my trademark. I call everybody Muffin when they're getting on my bad side.
It's at the bare bottom in the IP.
Well, my first 5 minutes in the server, bought a quad, and it got crushed in the safe zone. And I hadn't been in the server but a few minutes, and that was me, who was telling my buddy they're blowing up stuff in here, not knowing it was admins. And then he says, "Oh, there's blowing stuff up in there." And then somebody teleported to him and was like in his face, "How do you know they're blowing stuff up in there?" And then I was like saying, "Because I told him there's cunts in here blowing up stuff." And then
that was you.
That was me. And so if you take the story in that context, because I don't know why you guys were blowing up stuff in the safe zone.
We weren't blowing anything up. There is hardly anybody on the server at that time, and we were just messing around with two of the players. They wanted to play around, and they were also streaming on their Twitch, so we were just messing around, having a good time. And I teleported forward and hit your quad and didn't realize that it was your quad. I thought it was just somebody that left it there. And we were talking in the stream saying, well, if it is somebody's, we'll replace it. And nobody said anything. And then we figured that you just saying there's people blowing up stuff was just a random player just saying it. We didn't realize that it was your quad.
Well,
Storm.
The guy you teleported to was he's like a kilometer away or something. He typed, because I said, they're doing this. And then I looked at the chat and he typed, they're blowing stuff up.
Yeah, so
then
he
you guys
teleported
took
to
it
him, asking how he knew.
Right. But I mean, imagine how that comes across, And then my thought later, maybe they thought I was leaving my vehicle in there overnight or something, and so they blew it up. But I was like, no, I just been in the server. Like, I had only been in the server a few minutes. It was my first few minutes in the server.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, the only thing I did wrong, if you want to look at it that way, would be using the word cunts. But it was a ridiculous thing happening to me on our end.
Yeah, and I understand. That was totally just taken out of context, but
I'm not a cunt.
Well, I don't know, man.
Shut up, Rush.
But even if you look at the thing of like teleporting over to the other guy, even though I know why you did it, still that's an example of like the flying around in attack helicopters, having people shoot at you, and it's like not appropriate in our opinion. It's like it's like the referee in a football game should not be getting in the player's way.
Well, that's why whenever I came in, I actually was in a helicopter with you whenever you were landing there at the, or whenever you was headed to the trader and everything. And I didn't want to bother you too much, but whenever the one guy said fire, I was like, where's fire? I was like, what are they talking about? I was looking around, I was like, fire? Where's fire? But anyway, then that's why, I discussed with you about, having them hop on TeamSpeak and stuff after you got back to the trader.
You were in my Taru because I didn't even know.
Yes, I was invisible.
Oh, okay.
And
I
I mean,
the hop rods, invisible, just watching the scenery and stuff.
I don't mind it as long as you're not interfering. And again, it's your server.
Yeah.
You can say if we want to interfere, we'll interfere. And I'm not going to argue with that, but I'm going to tell you my opinion. I don't think it's appropriate. And that's when I just go to another server.
In the defense of me teleporting to your buddy, there was nobody else around. He wasn't in combat. And we were just wanting to know how he knew. So we teleported to him. We asked him in direct, how'd you know we were blowing up stuff? And that's been when you replied. There was no interfering in his playtime. I mean, and with us flying around attack choppers or jets and stuff, that's our reward for dealing with half of the people that are stupid on this server and adminning and moderating and stuff. I mean, it gets very tedious and boring after 4 or 5 hours of jumping to every single person and dealing with their crap or putting up with what they have to say or helping them delete an entire base because they can't do it. I mean, we have to do something fun. We can't play on the server.
I understand. Can you do me a favor though, as far as when you're in something that looks close enough to some actual in-game asset? Because like if you're in the A10 or whatever, who cares? But if you're in something like my buddy, he was shot at you, and he's when he's telling me this, he's telling me it from the point of he's shooting and wasting his ammo. But then I said, no, if there's somebody else would have sniped you because you're giving away your position, and he was like, yeah, that's BS that that happened. So it's like be I don't know if you could have big letters that say admin above your head or whatever, so people aren't paying attention to you.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
A giant dick
Would
for
it be at all possible if you
Server
guys could
group
teleport me
assigned.
back to my body, since when I got banned I was mid helicopter flight
Server
and
group
just
assigned.
made myself a nice crater?
Yeah.
So dead players.
Hopefully it's still there, or the cleanup script.
I'm at him.
Should
Are
I respawn?
you? Yeah, go ahead and
Uh-huh.
respawn. Yeah, you
Alright.
need to go ahead and jump in, and you need to be on the ground. So
Yep.
as quick as you can, get on the ground.
Well, hold on.
Because if I bring me to you, or bring you to me while
I
you're in a
got it.
parachute, it
I
will
got
kill
it. I got it.
Okay, well, I got all I needed to say, I guess. Just know that if we stay in the server, we are going to take those Orca guys to task and show them who's running the show.
Well, yeah,
Samson,
part of the game, man.
broccoli.
So
Have fun.
You know, I just want to say, like, we're very serious players. We've been playing this game for forever. You know, we try not to break the rules. We might bend them sometimes if the situation calls for it, but we don't, you know, we don't troll people. We don't do bullshit. A lot of times we go after the fucking people that are being assholes, and it's just frustrating when we invest so much of our time and energy into a server, and then to have some dumb shit happen over nothing. And I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say.
I'm landed, by the way.
Okay, I'm
All right.
gonna exit TeamSpeak now. Take it easy.
Did
nothing.
everybody get unbanned?
Thank you.
I don't know. I haven't tried to join the server yet.
I'll come back in if they're not.
I'll stay in here.
All right, see you guys. Thanks.
Hey, man.
Disconnected. Sound microphone activated.
Is it over? The main admins are probably the best. I don't like that moderator.